Welcome to Noun Tutorial TV. Like, share and subscribe. GST102 Use of English and Communication Skills 2. Most pieces of dash require more than one paragraph. Writing. Most pieces of writing require more than dash paragraph. 1. Most pieces of writing require more than one dash paragraph. Most pieces of writing require more than one paragraph. True. The art of writing a paragraph is essential to success in any form of writing, whether it is a letter, a report, or a newspaper article, since all longer pieces contain a series of related paragraphs. Mastering. Mastering the art of writing a dash is essential to success in any form of writing, whether it is a letter, a report, or a newspaper article, since all longer pieces contain a series of related paragraphs. Paragraph. Mastering the art of writing a paragraph is essential to success in any form of writing, whether it is a letter, a report, or a newspaper article, since all longer pieces contain a series of related paragraphs. The division into paragraphs prevent as it provides a physical break on the page. Boredom. Noun Tutorial TV. The division into paragraphs prevent boredom as it provides a dash on the page. Physical break. Any longer piece of writing is divided into a number of comma. Paragraphs. A dash is a piece of writing which is unified by a central, controlling idea or theme. Paragraph. A paragraph is a piece of writing which is unified by a central, controlling idea or theme. The idea or theme is called the comma. Topic of the paragraph. The topic of the paragraph is sometimes expressed at some place in the paragraph by one sentence which is usually called the comma. Topic sentence. The topic sentence may be a a generalization or a problem. Statement. The topic sentence may be a statement, a dash or a problem. Generalization. The topic sentence may be a statement, a generalization, or a comma. Problem. Beginning a paragraph with the topic sentence helps both the writer and the reader. Beginning a paragraph with the topic sentence helps both the dash and the comma. Writer, reader. Placing the topic sentence at the end or in the middle is a more difficult skill. True. In order to develop the dash of a paragraph, you have to expand the idea contained in the topic sentence. Noun Tutorial TV. Central theme. In order to develop the central theme of a paragraph, you have to dash the idea contained in the topic sentence, expand. In order to develop the central theme of a paragraph, you have to expand the idea contained in the topic sentence. An effective paragraph requires more than a topic sentence and supporting details, it must also be coherent. In a paragraph, the writer takes the reader logically and smoothly from one idea to the next, coherent. The reader must clearly recognize that one sentence leads to the next, logically. Another technique which brings coherence in a paragraph is the use of between sentences, transitional devices. Are words/phrases that help a writer move smoothly from one sentence to the next and show the logical relationship between sentences, transitional devices. Giving is one of the easiest ways of developing a topic. Examples. When a writer gives he helps the reader to understand a rather difficult and abstract generalization which may be contained in the topic sentence. Examples. Examples add to the reader's interest. True. Noun Tutorial TV. The simplest way to define a term is by giving a synonym or by placing the word in a general class and then distinguishing it from others in that class. A is a representation of an area of land, sea, or sky. Map. Have been used since the earliest civilizations, and explorers find that they are used in rather primitive societies at the present time by people who are accustomed to traveling. Maps. Relative clauses are of types, too. Relative clauses are of two types, and defining and non-defining. A dash is never separated from the noun. It qualifies by the use of commas, Defining relative clause. A defining relative clause begins with the relative pronoun, that, which, who, whom, whose. There are dash ways of arranging information when comparing or contrasting things, too. The existence of a dash helps to assure order and discipline, hierarchy. We live on the planet Earth, a ball of rock dash in diameter, 12,750 kilometers dash is a dead planet, Moon. Moon is a dash planet, dead. Moon is a dead dash dash, planet. Noun tutorial TV. The dash is lush and fertile, Earth. The Earth is dash and dash dash, lush and fertile. The dash is covered by an atmosphere which we can breathe and which also keeps the temperature quite constant, Earth. The Earth is covered by an dash which we can breathe and which also keeps the temperature quite constant, atmosphere. By dash behavior we mean that our behavior is in accordance with certain rules, customs, and conventions that are observed in our society, formal. In spoken or written communication, we can be formal or informal depending on the situation and our dash with the person to whom we are speaking or writing, relationship. The language that we use at home with our family or with intimate friends is the most dash dash, informal. The language that we use outside the home becomes progressively more formal. Dash language is often written generally in the form of official reports, business letters, legal documents, etc. Formal. Dash include letters of inquiry, applications for jobs, letters to newspapers editors, orders for goods, letters asking for travel and hotel reservations, etc. Formal letters. Noun tutorial TV. A dash letter has to observe the form usually adopted for such communication, formal. There are certain things that one should keep in mind when writing a formal letter. I. Keep your letters as brief as possible. 2. In fact, most formal letters are restricted to one or two main points. 3. Your letters should be clear, precise, and complete. Writing to dash and request is very common in our daily life, complain. Writing to complain and dash is very common in our daily life, request. Whenever you send a copy of your curriculum vitae to an organization where you are looking for a job, you should also send a personal covering letter which is known as dash dash, letter of application. A dash is an elaboration and an explanation of the facts that you list in your curriculum vitae, letter of application. The dash is a straightforward, factual presentation of the facts relating to your education, work experience, and other qualifications, curriculum vitae. And dash can easily make even average qualifications appear quite impressive, effective presentation. A can make excellent qualifications look ordinary, poor presentation. In your curriculum vitae, you should list the basic facts relating to your dash dash, education, experience and special skills. An order letter must be dashed if you are to receive the exact items that you want. Noun tutorial TV. Specific and complete. A letter we have to write frequently is a letter of or protest, complaint. A letter we have to write frequently is a letter of complaint or protest. Dash is defined as an organized, factual, and objective presentation of information, report. Dash is a language that is hard to understand because it is full of special words known only to the members of a certain group, jargon. Laboratory tests or experiments are not limited to any particular field, true. The dash explains the problem, theory. The theory explains the problem. Do not conduct an experiment without having a clear idea of what is to be tested, true. Dash is observation carried out in specific conditions, experimentation. In a dash dash, an event is seen to occur under known conditions, experiment. In an experiment, an event is seen to occur under dash conditions, known. Different dash serve different purposes, illustrations. Noun tutorial TV. Different illustrations serve different dash dash, purposes. Dash or drawings form an essential part of a report on scientific experiments, diagrams. Diagrams or dash form an essential part of a report on scientific experiments, drawings. Dash present mathematical data and trade statistics pictorially, graphs. Graphs present mathematical data and trade statistics dash dash. Pictorially. Dash are used to show geographical distribution of data, maps. Dash are used for displaying mathematical data in a compact form, tables. Dash is prepared in the laboratory by the action of dilute sulfuric acid on granulated zinc, hydrogen gas. Dash is a skill that you will be called upon to do from time to time in your academic work, summarization. Dash is a day-to-day activity, summary. Summary is a dash activity, day-to-day. UNEP stands for dash dash, United Nations Environment Programme. Dash is a plan that combines several different methods to destroy insects and rodents, integrated pest management. Noun tutorial TV. IPM stands for dash dash, integrated pest management. Dash are the answer for every garden problem, according to Harold John Weigel, earthworms. Earthworms are the answer for every garden problem, according to dash dash, Harold John Weigel. Every dash has a purpose, summary. Dash is extra force used in speaking, on a particular word or syllable, stress. Dash is a minimal rhythmic unit of a spoken language, syllable. Words are made up of one or more separately pronounced parts, called syllables. A longer sentence is usually divided into what may be called, or sense groups, breath groups. A longer sentence is usually divided into what may be called breath groups, or dash dash, sense groups. The last important word in each group has what is called the dash dash, nucleus. The change in pitch from high to low is known as the dash dash, falling tone. The change in pitch from low to high is known as the dash dash, rising tone. When we use a dash on the nucleus, the pitch starts at a low level and keeps on rising till the end of the group, rising tone. English has dash consonant sounds. Noun tutorial TV. 24. The interview is often called a dash dash, personality test. The interview is often called a personality test because dash dash, it helps the interview board to get an insight into your personality. Dash is the first step towards success at an interview, preparation. Preparation is the first step towards success at dash dash, an interview. In a dash dash, the speaker who has made a special study of the subject, gives his exposition of it and presents his views on it, seminar talk. Dash and seminars help to bring experts in a particular subject together to present their experiences and views, conferences. Conferences and dash help to bring experts in a particular subject together to present their experiences and views, seminars. The dash is usually opened by a distinguished person invited by the organizers of the seminar, seminar. The seminar is usually opened by a dash person invited by the organizers of the seminar, distinguished. A dash is a gathering of experts who read papers on some important national or international affairs, seminar. The dash is organized into a number of different sessions, seminar. Noun tutorial TV. The seminar is organized into a number of different dash dash comma sessions. A dash is not successful until it is concluded well. Public speech. A public speech is not successful until it is dash well concluded. Dash relates to the rules and the structure of English. Grammar. Dash is a language that is structured in its own peculiar way. English. Noun tutorial TV. A and it are called dash articles, indefinite. The is called the dash article, definite. Sentences in English belong to dash main types according to grammatical structure. 4. Dash is a sentence that ends with an exclamation mark, exclamatory sentence. Dash regulate time and the aspectual forms of English, tenses. The simple present tense has the simple form of the verb called dash dash, plain infinitive. Dash tense emphasizes the continuity of events in the past continuous tense. Dash tense is used to describe an action that started in the past and is still continuing, the present perfect continuous tense. No sentences can be correct in English without proper sequence of tenses, true. Dash are verbal nouns which can play the role of a noun in some positions in an English sentence, gerunds. A dash is a verbal noun, that is, a noun which describes an action or experience and has the form of a present participle, being from, gerund. Noun tutorial TV. Dash are the two forms of a verb called present participle and past participle which may be used in compound forms of the verb or as adjectives, participles. Participles are the two forms of a verb called dash and which may be used in compound forms of the verb or as adjectives, present participle and past participle. Dash is a form of direct statement whereby the subject of a sentence takes an object without any inversion, active voice. In an dash the subject and the object of the sentence are not interchanged, active voice. Dash patterns of a sentence are useful if you want to present any point directly without going roundabout, active voice. Dash is the most direct way of presenting any idea, active voice. Dash are some aspects of helping verbs which can vary the tense of the verb, modal auxiliaries. The special verbs in English are called dash dash, modal auxiliaries. The core aspect of a paragraph is its dash dash, main idea. The main idea is usually couched in the dash dash, topic sentence. Most topic sentences are usually dash of the paragraph, at the beginning. Noun tutorial TV. In most writings, the dash in a paragraph tends to present the central theme in it, first sentence. When using example as a paragraph development device, you will likely use one of these dash dash, for example. The central concern of narrative writing is dash dash, telling a story. The major focus of a descriptive paragraph is to dash about a thing or person, give details. A paragraph providing step-by-step details of a process of an experiment you just performed will be called dash dash, explanatory. All men are women abusers is an example of a statement that will be referred to as dash dash, generalization. When you write to the VC of your university, it is a, n, dash dash, formal letter. A major way of determining if a letter is informal or not is through the dash dash, language usage. If you are writing a letter to your friend, one of the ways you will salute them is to start your letter with dash dash, Dear Sam. If you are to write a letter to your faculty dean, you are expected to write it your center director. Through. When a patient dies of lung cancer attributable to his chain smoking habit, it would be right to say cigarette is dash of his death, cause. Noun tutorial TV. Letter to the editor is normally written to dash dash, newspaper houses. A letter seeking for job is usually called dash dash, application letter. You were offered jobs by two organizations, which letter will you write to the one you did not want to work with? Letter of acceptance. If you have a job offer from more than one organization, state the type of letter you are going to write to the organization you do not wish to work with dash dash, letter to decline. An essay you write to present your class debate will be written in dash language, formal. When you want to write a letter to accept a job offer, it should be done with gratitude. If you are seeking to further your studies, what sort of letter can your lecturer write to support your quest? Reference letter. When you want to sign off the letter to your friend, putting your full name and signature will be regarded as dash dash, out of order. You have siblings attending the conventional universities. If you are to write to the president to express your opinion on how the current ASUU strike should be handled, you are likely to express it as dash dash, newspaper article. If you are addressing a woman with her professional title, it is always better to address her without dash dash, except she requested otherwise. Mrs. Noun tutorial TV. When your letter ends with yours sincerely, Chuka, it is most probably a letter to dash dash, your friend. A formal letter is usually expected to have dash as the summary of its content, a heading. Most letters to the editor tend to contain complaints. If you witnessed an armed robbery incident, The report you will give to the police is called a statement. An experimental report will likely contain a thing like procedure. A core requirement for a scientific report is that it must be objective. When you are presenting only the salient points of a passage, you are doing summary writing. What best way do you think you can develop your summary writing skill? By practicing it daily. One good way of developing the summary of a passage is by taking the dash in each paragraph, main idea. Expansion materials are not acceptable in a summary passage. To really master the summary writing skill, you must learn to identify core points in the passage. A paragraph that presents a cause should have the -2 for it to be considered good paragraph development strategy, effect. Noun tutorial TV. In this sentence, she has arrived, its second part will likely be, hasn't she? An English polar question will most probably be answered with a dash or yes. A summary passage is expected to be than the passage it was extracted from in terms of length, shorter. When you use comparison in developing a paragraph, it means that, at least, things are the focus of your writing, too. The correct transcription of back is //bk/. The transcribed word /elves/ is lexically written as --shelves. The word transcribed as /lvv/ will be orthographically presented as --love. How kind of you is structurally regarded as in the classification of sentences, simple. The transcription /jot/ will normally represent word in English, yacht. The transcribed word /com/ here is comb. This word examination has the main stress on its syllable, fourth. The word registrar has syllables, 3. Noun tutorial TV. Transcribe the word children, ldrn. Give the transcribed form of the word shot /t/. /theta and / would be a transcript of comma. Thin. /t/ is a transcription of comma. Shirt. Transcribe the word cloth comma. /kl theta/. Indicate the number of syllables in this word kingship comma. 2. The word transcribed as /wnd/ is written in English as wonder. I will see you tomorrow, God willing will functionally be described as comma. A statement. Whenever he arrives, tell him to come in is functionally regarded as Sentence. Command. He came, he saw, he conquered could be structurally described as comma. Compound sentence. The boy that came to visit me is my nephew, he is in the University of Lagos, doing his first degree is a sentence that is structurally compound complex. Just love to read. Is functionally exclamation. Noun tutorial TV. One way of developing paragraphs is by one thing with another, which usually brings together positive features of the two elements. Comparing. You can also bring together two things in a negative sense, this is called because it brings side by side negative features of those elements being focused, contrast. When a group of scholars come together to discuss a topic in their department, it is usually known as seminar. To moderate a seminar session, the person to chair is usually expected to be in that field of study, an expert. A seminar cover page is expected to give the of the writer to identify who it is that did the work, name. Seminar presentation is usually the end of writing it, logical. When a seminar paper stirs up debate about the topic of discussion it is focused on, it is considered good. A seminar paper that has every point raised acceptable to the audience would be considered suspect. Every culture has its manner of doing in the public, depending on the acceptable way of speaking to its community members, oratory. I stand on the existing protocols appears to be a cultural thing, Nigerian. Noun tutorial TV. Which vowel is represented in word whack? /ae/. Which vowel is represented in word shank? /I/. Which vowel is represented in word deal? /I/. Which vowel is represented in word swoon? /u/. Placing a topic sentence at the end of a paragraph -- all the sentences to build up to the topic. Beginning a paragraph with a topic sentence helps both reader and the writer. One of the following words or phrases expresses additional information, besides. Correct stress pattern for the word commerce, commerce. It has been observed that students who wants to be well focused in their writing, need to learn how to summarize. Explaining the meaning of a concept or thing is called definition. Causes and effects in paragraphs do one of the following, help the writer to explain reasons for an event. Descriptions in paragraph do one of the following, help the writer to create an accurate image of an event. Illustrations in paragraphs do one of the following, help the reader to understand difficult concepts. Noun tutorial TV. One of the following is the most appropriate way to request for an interview, available for an interview at your. Examples are used in paragraph development to the reader that the generalization. Letters of job offers and acceptance are examples of formal letters. The form of speech we use with close associates and people of equal status is informal language. Paragraphs can be developed by all these methods except connection. A paragraph is a piece of writing unified by a central topic controlling -- theme. A reason for comparison and contrast in paragraph, issues in paragraphs. One of the following is not a part of an effective paragraph, equivalence. One of the following words or phrases expresses finally time -- subsequently. We need a door here, sliding. When you are summarizing a passage, each paragraph will most likely give you each, a point. Summary is usually of a more extensive passage, a reduction. Noun tutorial TV. The topic sentence is most frequently found at the beginning of the paragraph, beginning start. When speaking with your boss, you are likely to use type of communication due to the official context, formal. Letter of complaint would be regarded as a formal. Off with yours faithfully will most likely be formal letter. The letter that requires its having a title is formal letter. The opening sentence in a paragraph states the central of the paragraph for the reader, idea. One of the core things you must do in writing a summary is to identify the core points. When you are with your family members at home, your communication type will likely be informal. When you write a letter to your old friend to catch up on the old times, you are likely to write informal letter. When you end your letter to an acquaintance with yours sincerely, it is likely to have been informal letter. Coherence refers to the transition from one idea to the other. Now tutorial TV. During your lectures, summary writing skills will help you to make notes. Repetition is a in writing a summary. No. The type of error contained in the sentence "I was awakened by loud cry" is called omission article. The interview is often called because it helps the interview board get an insight into your personality test. To write a good summary, putting examples in the summary will be regarded as a sign of poor summary writing skill. To write summary, it is best to doing it as much as possible, practice. The is used to describe past events, and emphasize their effect on the speaker's present situation, present. Complete this sentence with might, ought, or should. The bus is usually on time. It should. The situation of a country determines the way a speech is presented, socio-cultural. A good summary write will first isolate and put them down to form the summary work, The main ideas. Thing you look for in a paragraph is the dash dash, topic sentence. Noun tutorial TV. A letter you wrote to the Vice Chancellor of Noun in which you address him as Dear Abdallah, will indicate that the letter is to dash dash, your friend. Words are made up of separable dash units referred to as syllables, pronounceable. Deletion is an avoidable thing you must do when dash a passage, summarizing. Apart from dash stress there is also sentence stress, word. Transition devices is used to link sentences in dash dash, paragraphs. The use of jargon should be avoided in dash writing, formal. Dash is the extra effort used in speaking or pronouncing a word, stress. A longer sentence is usually divided into dash or sense groups, these can also be called tone groups, breath. In a word, the part that has the stress is pronounced with dash force, greater. In speech, there is always the movement of the dash of the speaker's voice from high to low or from low to high, pitch. Secondary dash is weaker than the primary stress, stress. The words pocket, pretend and docket all have dash dash, 2 syllables. Being able to dash yourself well in an interview gives you greater chances of getting the job, express. Noun tutorial TV. Summarization involves condensing and dash a large piece of writing, shortening. In Nigeria languages tone that brings about a change in the meaning, while in English a change in meaning is as a result of dash dash, stress. One difficulty about English pronunciation is that there is no perfect correspondence between dash and sounds, letters. Complex sentences with dash clauses are deployed in summary writing to make the passage shorter, subordinate. Falling tone is a change in pitch from dash to low tone, ha. The English language has dash consonant sounds, 24. The English vowels and consonants are very important to dash spoken English, effective. Constant dash of the English sounds makes you a good speaker English, practice. The primary stress is on the dash syllable in the word locomotion, third. The word pretend can be an adjective as well as a dash dash, noun. Wrongly dash a word can lead to wrong meaning being expressed, stressing. 1, take, sit, bit, peek and come are all dash dash, monosyllabic words. Repetition of ideas and wishes is not necessary in doing a summary, thoughts. Dash are used to represent sounds in the dictionary. Noun tutorial TV. Symbols. For correct pronunciation you must learn to use the dash underscore every time you come across any new word, dictionary. The substitution of one dash for another can bring about a change in meaning, sound. Homophones are dash that have the same pronunciation but differ a little in spelling, words. In English language there are more sounds than there are letters in the dash dash, alphabet. Well-articulated discussion is possible with one another because we have adequate dash dash, communication skills. Combining 2 or 3 dash of a passage into one will help condense the passage, sentences. Contracted forms of language use are allowed in dash dash, informal writing. After doing a summary of a dash dash, it becomes shorter, passage. Sounds in the English language can broadly be divided into dash and consonants. Vowels. What should the complementary close of letters should? The dash. Noun tutorial TV. Which one of the underlisted shouldn't your letter of application have? Seek for your address. What do the 2 documents that go together when you are seeking for employment provide for the reader? Evidence of your inability. How would you define a report? A report is an organized, factual, and objective presentation of information. Which of the following options are you supposed to use in the opening lines of a letter of refusal? Giving elaborate details of your location. What indicate that the symbol between them represents a sound and not a letter of the alphabet? Full stop. What mark is used to indicate the syllable that is stressed? A horizontal mark. What is the model of pronunciation to which Nigerian speakers of the English language ascribe to? End mark pronunciation. What unites the pair of words sheep and ship, seek and sick, leave and live. Homophones. How many consonants are there in the English language? 21. To be a good speaker of the English language, what must you do? Know the etymology of words. What is the first step to achieve success when preparing for an interview? Typing. Noun tutorial TV. When going for an interview, what is the first impression of you people get? Your handwriting. Which one of the options is important in seminars? Holding the microphone when speaking. What can you use in seminar presentations to explain your points better? Your diction. Most application letter aim at doing what? Convincing the reader that the sender is suitable for the job. One or more what can be used to develop the paragraph? Rules. Among the options listed below, which is not part of a formal letter? The salutation. What can distinguish formal and informal styles? The placement of a preposition at the beginning or at the end of a relative clause. What makes a formal letter to be clear, precise, and complete? Some pieces of information are missing. When you do not want to accept a new job offered you, what kind of letter do you write? Letter of refusal. Which of the underlisted point is not included in a descriptive technique of paragraph development? Weight and sizes. What do you use to indicate a follow-up to a previous discussion? PLS signatures have the ability to do what in a formal letter? Make the writer appear nice. Noun tutorial TV. The writing of reports follows some stages. At what stage of a report do you start gathering information? Stage 4. Titles have the ability to do what in a formal letter? Specifies what the letter is about. Communication within an organization is carried out through the memorandum. What is meant by a report being ambiguous? Hyperbolic reasoning. The Open University system has all but one of the following. There is a strong student support. What does a speaker do in a seminar talk presentation? Study the countenance and mien of the audience. What helps to bring experts in a particular subject area together? Antonyms and synonyms. In writing an application for a job, what do the reader basically look out for? How good and kind you are. After writing an application for a job, what is usually the purpose of the follow-up interview? To know your religion. Which of the following points wouldn't members of an oral interview look for when interviewing an applicant? Imagination. How do you leave your stamp of personality in communication? Using the right words. The letter that requires its having a title is --, Noun tutorial TV. Formal letter. When you write a letter to your old friend to catch up on the old times, you are likely to write --, an informal letter. When you end your letter to an acquaintance with yours sincerely, it is likely to have been --, an informal letter. When you are with your family members at home, your communication type will likely be --, informal. A letter you decided to sign off with yours faithfully will most likely be --, a formal letter. When speaking with your boss, you are likely to use -- type of communication due to the official context, formal. Letter of complaint would be regarded as a -- formal. To write summary, it is best to doing it as much as possible, practice. Every paragraph has a central theme. This theme is usually represented by -- in the paragraph, topic sentence. Explanations and illustrations are useful in -- main idea in a paragraph, developing. When a paragraph is logically and smoothly presented to the readers, it is said to have -- comma. Noun tutorial TV. Coherence. In determining the method with which to develop your paragraph, one important thing that should guide you is -- the point you want to make. One of these is a way of using illustration to develop a paragraph. For instance, the central concern of descriptive writing -- giving details. In writing about the source of drug problem among the youth in our higher institutions, what sort of paragraph development strategy will you find most apt for the topic, cause and effect? You were asked to write a paragraph explaining what is meant by the topic sentence. How will commence writing this paragraph? Defining the concept. Male children eventually become husbands will be an example of generalization. Examples of formal letter will include all these except letter to your friend. A major way of determining if a letter is formal or not is through the language usage. A formal letter must always have after the salutation heading. If you are to write a letter of complaint, state the essential thing that will be the major focus or content of the letter complaining about something. Noun tutorial TV. When you write a letter of application to an organization, you are expecting to be given a job. A letter written to seek for information can be classified as letter of request. One of the important thing that your letter of application must do is to convince your reader that you are qualified for the job. If you have a job offer from more than one organization, state the type of letter you are going to write to the organization you wish to work with letter of acceptance. If you have a job offer from more than one organization, state the type of letter you are going to write to the organization you do not wish to work with letter of refusal. Another name for letter of application is cover letter. When writing a letter of acceptance, the first thing you should do is to express your thanks for the job offer. Letters ordering goods and services need to be and complete if you are to get the exact goods or services you want, specific. Any letter that has reference is likely to be a formal letter. In a letter of complaint, being apologetic is bad for your case. If you are addressing a woman without a professional title, it is always better to address her as except she requested otherwise, ms. Now tutorial TV. Dear Mr. Hussein will be used as a salutation in type of letter, formal. A letter that you sign off with all my love, Lara will likely be informal. In a letter of request with a problem as the focus, the first thing you do in the body of the letter is state your problem. The type of report that you write by presenting the step-by-step process is experiment. When a report contains apparatus, procedure, observations, conclusion, etc. as part of its procedure, it is very likely to be experimental. An important part of writing a scientific report is objectivity. Summary writing usually involves bringing out the salient points in a passage. To learn to do summary writing, it is best to learn it practically by writing it. In summary writing, each paragraph can make up a main idea. When writing a summary of a passage, the repetition of elements in the passage should be avoided as much as possible. To really master the summary writing skill, you must practice it daily. A country that seems to have languages that possess letter and sound correspondence as stated in your CM is India. Noun tutorial TV. A major problem that scholars have identified that foreign learners of the English language seem to easily first confront is its lack of letter and correspondence. Sound. The English language is said to have more than sounds, alphabets. Word stress in English usually occurs on syllables. From your study of the intonation pattern in English, you would consider it to have to do with a function that is actually communicative. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, cough, fruit. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, cup, rough. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, tooth, bath. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, beat, sheet. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, note, boat. Noun tutorial TV. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, late, made. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, hair, bear. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, sweet, sweet. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, vision, pleasure. In the examples below, identify the one with the same sound as the underlined, bird, word. Identify the correct placement of the stress on this word television from the examples in the options below. Television. Identify the correct placement of the stress on this word open from the examples in the options below. Open. Identify the correct placement of the stress on this word conversation from the examples in the options below. Conversation. Identify the correct placement of the stress on this word understanding from the examples in the options below. Understanding. Noun tutorial TV. Identify the correct placement of the stress on this word indicate from the examples in the options below. Indicate. Command statements make use of dash intonation, falling tune. Rising tunes are basically for dash type of structure, polar questions. Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, isn't it, should end on dash dash, falling. The boy came yesterday ending on a rising tune is dash dash, question. Are you serious? Will likely be a, n, dash dash, statement of doubt. The sound slash slash can be found in the word dash dash, watch. The vowel slash, slash can be found in the word dash dash, supper. Which of the following words contain the sound slash a slash, com? The use of contracted forms of words is generally absent in dash writing, formal. The language of official reports and business letters is often dash dash, formal. In descriptions, you need to be very conversant with the appropriate dash to use, words. A more dash is needed to achieve a better description, precise vocabulary. Noun tutorial TV. In formal written language the speaker dash directly to himself or herself, does not refer. Items like shapes, patterns, colors, and textures are ideal in dash dash, a descriptive writing. The main idea in a paragraph is usually conveyed by the dash dash, topic sentence. Illustrations in a paragraph are usually developed with interesting dash dash, details. When a writer gives examples in a given paragraph they are called dash dash, illustrations. In writing, when you work with several causes or reasons, you may find difficulty dash dash, arranging them in a significant order. Clarity is very important when developing a paragraph by the dash method, cause and effect. The informal forms of words like deteriorate and aperture are dash dash, get worse and opening. The central controlling theme of a paragraph may be called the dash dash, topic of the paragraph. These words firstly, secondly, thirdly, show relationship between sentences and are known as dash devices. Transitional. From the options, choose the correct syllable, s, division for the capitalized word. Sequential, sequentile. From the options, choose the correct syllable, s, division for the capitalized word. Grammar, gram march. Noun tutorial TV. From the options, choose the correct syllable, s, division for the capitalized word. Remarked, remarked. Descriptions in paragraphs do one of the following dash dash, help the writer to create an accurate image of an event. Illustrations in paragraphs do one of the following dash dash, help the reader to understand difficult concepts. The form of speech we use with close associates and people of equal status is dash dash, informal language. One of the following is the most appropriate way to request for an interview dash dash, I will be available for an interview at your earliest convenience. Which vowel is represented in the word swoon? Slash u slash. Which vowel is represented in the word shank? Slash I slash. Which vowel is represented in the word deal? Slash I slash. In the sentence, she was singing happily, the tense form is dash dash, past continuous. In the sentence, the president arrives from China tomorrow, the tense form is dash dash, present. One of the following is the correct stress pattern for the underlined word in the following sentence. Let me have a record of all the sales for today, record. Which of the following words does not have a short vowel? Card. Which of the following words contain the sound /3/? Noun tutorial TV. World. A long sentence is usually divided into what may be called breath groups, or groups. Tone. She longed for a friend in whom she could confide is an example of statement, formal. The English word afterwards is stressed on the dash syllable, first. One of the following is the most appropriate way to request for an interview dash dash comma. I will be available for an interview at your earliest convenience. Causes and effects in paragraphs. Do one of the following dash dash, help the writer to explain reasons for an event. The language used in reporting an experiment should be dash dash, objective. When we use a rising tone on the nucleus of a syllable, the pitch starts at a level comma. Low. One of the following is not correct about writing reports of experiments dash dash comma. It should be informal and private. An organized, factual and objective presentation of information can be referred to as dash dash comma. A report. Look at the dark clouds, it dash rain tonight, May. The interview is often called dash because it helps the interview board get an insight into your personality. Personality test. Noun tutorial TV. The only way you can learn how to summarize is for you to dash dash, do it practically. One of the following words or phrases expresses additional information, besides. It has been observed that students who want to be well focused in their writing, need to learn how to dash dash, summarize. One of the following is the correct stress pattern for the word commerce, commerce. Placing a topic sentence at the end of a paragraph dash dash, allows for all the sentences to be built up to the topic. Which vowel is represented in the word whack? /AE/. A paragraph is a piece of writing unified by a central controlling dash dash, theme. One of the following is not usually used in descriptive writing dash dash, temporal issues. All but one of the following is inappropriate in writing official letters, sincerely. In the sentence, she was always out of school during the weekends in her undergraduate days. The tense form is dash dash, simple past tense. Identify the word that does not have this consonant /J/, joke. Official reports, business letters, legal documents are often written in language, formal. Noun tutorial TV. Descriptions in paragraphs. Do one of the following dash dash, help the writer to create an accurate image of an event. Illustrations in paragraphs. Do one of the following dash dash, help the reader to understand difficult concepts. A topic sentence can be all except one of the following dash dash, subject. What's up with you? Is an example of dash statement, informal. The only way to learn how to summarize is for one to dash dash, practice. Which of the following is not a reason for comparison and contrast in paragraph development? To identify issues in paragraphs. One of the following words or phrases expresses result dash dash, accordingly letters of job offers and acceptance are examples of dash dash, formal letters. One of the following words or phrases expresses time dash dash. Subsequently. Paragraphs can be developed by all these methods except dash dash, connection. One of the following words or phrases expresses contrast dash dash, however coherence in a paragraph is achieved through all but one of the following. Dash dash, topic sentence. One of the following is not a part of an effective paragraph dash dash, equivalence. A paragraph is a piece of writing unified by a central controlling dash dash, theme. Now tutorial TV. When a text is divided into paragraphs, it provides a physical break on the page. This prevents dash while reading. Boredom. Generally, Paragraphs are used to introduce new ideas and develop the central theme. Paragraphs are used in different forms of writing like and reports and articles. Longer pieces of writings contain a series of related paragraphs. In paragraph development, you can use one of the listed options. Identify the option, definition. Business letters are written for all but one of the following requesting. Acquaintance. In letter writing indicates that the letter is reply to an earlier letter. I write on behalf of the company's management board to offer you an appointment is introductory statement of a letter of offer. In the sentence, the fishermen have been fishing all night long, the tense form is comma. Present perfect. This topic sentence may be a statement, a generalization or a problem. The topic of a paragraph is usually a comma. Theme or idea. Polar questions are also called yes or no. Noun tutorial TV. You will come, won't you, is known as kind of question, tag. The underlined element in this word small is represented by the sound ///m/. The sound that normally represent this underlined element in this word pleasure is ///. The transcription of the word now will be ///now/. The correct transcription of geese is ///giz/. The transcribed word /enses/ is lexically written as chances. Even though I was invited to the party, I refused to attend because I am not in good terms with the organizer is functionally regarded as in the classification of sentences, statement. The transcription /jim/ will normally represent word in English, yam. The transcribed word /m/ here is jam. This word collocation has syllables, for. Looking at page 159 of your CM, David's appearance is said to be and neat, proper. The thing the chairman schemed through during David's interview is by a data sheet. Noun tutorial TV. According to David during his interview, speaking from his job experience as a sales personnel, the first thing that is most effective in the promotion of sales by a company is comma. Good advertising. From the passage on pages 161 to 162 of your CM, we gather that Olaof is a graduate comma. Medical. The degree that Rinda Olaof obtained from the ABU Teaching Hospital, Zaria is comma. MBBS. The reality that it may be difficult to explain things to illiterate villagers is described by Olaof as comma. A challenge. A junior doctor who is completing hospital training and living in the hospital is described as a houseman. In your understanding of English, the statement there won't be much scope of additional private earnings would seem like a kind of to Olaof by the interviewer. Warning. Looking at the two interviews on pages 164, will you employ Mr. Nwafor if you are the one to decide on employing him, comma. No. If you are to interview Mr. Nwafor for a job and the exchanges pages 165 to 166 ensues, will you be willing to employ him? Yes. The major difference between the conduct of Mr. Nwafor in the two interviews on pages 164 to 166 has to do mainly with his at the two interviews, conduct. Looking at the passage on pages 167 to 168 of your CM, the thick-rimmed glasses of Mrs. Ziha Imam makes her look comma. Noun tutorial TV. Studious. The answer of Mrs. Imam to the question "Do you mean to say that you find teaching in the lower classes is beneath your dignity?" is basically when she said it's not that, sir, no. Mrs. Imam answered to the interviewer that even pessimism can have an appeal. It reflects our own inner disappointments in life, suggests that Mrs. Imam may not be without some dash in her own life, disappointments. In seminar presentations, a dash usually gives an exposition on a particular subject matter, speaker. When a question and answer session follows a seminar paper presentation, the purpose is to start a dash on the topic presented, discussion. Seminar sessions are usually chaired or moderated by an expert already distinguished in the dash field. Seminar papers usually start with an dash and end with a dash, introduction, conclusion. Seminar papers are usually dashed to be delivered before colleagues, written. Papers presented at seminars are usually dash after the speaker has finished presenting the paper, discussed. The major ways in which seminar papers are discussed include the audience making dash or asking dash, comments, questions. Noun tutorial TV. The major thing that influence how public speeches are made in different countries comma. Socio-cultural situation. In Nigeria, one of the important things required when starting a public speech is to give the dash, which is a way of acknowledging the presence of dignitaries at the public event. Protocol. A public speech should normally be written as if it is going to be dash, comma. Spoken. The speech to be given should have dash pronouns to make it owned by the speaker, personal. One thing that public speeches have in common with other kinds of writings is that it should be dash, comma. Logical. A good public speaker should avoid being too technical in their presentation as a way of understanding that they are speaking to dash audience. Mix. To get and maintain the attention of the audience, the speaker tends to use dash, comma. Attention getter. The indefinite articles of the English language are dash and dash, comma. A, and. The definite article of English is dash, comma. The. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, are coming to dash party with me? The. Noun tutorial TV. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, the young man brought with him pen and dash exercise book to the meeting, A, and. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, I am not dash good judge of character, A. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, dash arrest of their leaders caused the riot, the. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, he comes from dash well-known family, A. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, I thought you were dash honest person, and. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, please, close dash window if you don't want mosquitoes to invade dash house, the. Fill in the missing element in this sentence, there was dash warrant of arrest for Evans, the kidnapper, A. Concord in grammatical structures have to do with dash of elements in a structure, agreement. Plural concord usually has to do with dash element in nouns, number. The person element must have concord with the dash in the structure, verb. Fill in the correct concord element in the sentence, I a Nigerian, am. Fill in the missing element in the sentence, you dash always coming home late these days. Noun tutorial TV. Are. Fill in the missing element in the sentence, Professor Abdallah Adamu dash the Vice Chancellor of noun, is. Fill in the missing element in the sentence, our children dash all grown up now, are. Fill in the missing element in the sentence, dash they going to Ibadan with us tomorrow? Are. Fill in the missing element in the sentence, dash he in attendance at the conference last week. Was. Fill in the missing element in the sentence, they dash surprised to see my mother looking so well when they met her for the first time, were. Noun tutorial TV.